Malaysia's former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohd received overwhelming support from the public for his open letter to the US President-elect Barack Obama demanding the US to withdraw its support of Israel. He also called on Malaysians to boycott all US products, alleging that the planes and bombs killing the people of Gaza are from the US. The letter posted on Mahathir's blog site openly denounces the self-styled supremacy of the United States and describes America and Americans as the best hated people in the world. Mahathir has always pledged support for the Palestinians, and more so during his tenure as a Prime Minister. Besides Mahathir, various human rights groups and Muslim organizations have expressed their support for Hamas and Palestine following the Israeli bombardment of Gaza, which has killed hundreds of people and injured thousands. Political analysts in the country have also shown solidarity with Mahathir.
I think it's important for us to see that Hamas is not a religious fanatic group as some would like us to believe. This is a very very sophisticated constituency-based party with more than 500 PhD holders in the government, and its support is actually based on nationalism, not on religious belief. I mean, not so much on religious ideals. The Palestinian people are by and large a very secular people.
Moreover, Prime Minister Abdullah Ahmad Badawi has also urged the United Nations Security Council to intervene to stop the killings and airstrikes by Israelis in Gaza. News of the war in Gaza has been dominating the local English and Chinese newspapers. Television stations are also allocating their prime-time slots for news on Gaza, and various organizations are collecting donations which are to be channeled to the Palestinian people to buy food, water, medicine and other basic essentials. Political analysts say that the concerted efforts by international organizations are necessary to bring peace to Gaza and the Middle East.
The world needs to come into a consensus that there need to be a political solution and not a military one. You need to go back to solve the problem of the Palestinian state. You need a two-state solution.
To you personally?
Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Olmert, meanwhile, has rejected the appeals to call back his warplanes to stop the death toll from mounting. Human rights activists in Malaysia have strongly condemned the killings of Palestinians, including women and children, by Israeli airstrikes. They are also planning to hold a series of demonstrations outside the US Embassy, protesting its open support of Israel. Maheshwari Ramakrishnan reporting for Four Corners, Press TV, Kuala Lumpur.
Hello, this is Four Corners on Press TV, a program devoted to debating and discussing one of the most critical stories affecting your world. I'm Zubin Zarvan here in Tehran. But joining me on the panel in Washington, D.C. by phone, we have Dedrick Mohammed, author of The Unrealized American Dream. And we are joined by Richard Weitz, Senior Fellow, Hudson Institute as well. A warm welcome to the panel. Now, before getting on with the debate, I'd like to remind our viewers that we'll be listening to sound bites by the former Malaysian Prime Minister, Dr. Mahathir Mohd, who gave us an exclusive interview earlier today. And we asked the gentleman about the entrenched and default U.S. policies vis-a-vis the State of Israel, and by which and wherein they render unconditional and open and unmitigated support to that country, and whether or not President-elect Obama's message of change will alter that policy course. And this is what he had to say.
Not with regard to the support of Israel. He may change other policies. He may even withdraw from Iraq and Afghanistan. But as far as Israel is concerned, Obama, I believe, has given a pledge to support Israel because he visited Israel during the campaign. Secondly, his Vice President Biden has actually declared that he is, although he is not a Jew, he is a Zionist. So he is obviously going to support Israel. So there will be no change with regard to support for Israel.
Okay, that was former Malaysian Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohd. Now, going back to Richard Weiss, do you have any perspective on what we just heard?
Well, he is obviously expressing a sentiment that is widespread within the Muslim community, and it's something that people at least in America are concerned that Obama is going to have to deal with when he becomes president. There was a lot of hope a few weeks ago that when he came into office it would offer an opportunity for a new beginning, really starting from a new basis. And now it's clear he will come into office and have to deal with either the crisis itself or the legacy. And it's important to try and overcome what I think are some of the misperceptions that were expressed in the letter, because I consider I can understand that those are heartfelt and sincere criticisms, and they're truly believed by many people. I just don't think that it's as accurate as it could be.
Didrik Mohammed, how did you find Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's remarks?
At first, I do believe that there is going to be a change from the Obama administration, from the Bush administration. The Bush administration, it has been one of the most extreme supporters of Israel, really signing a check for Israel to do whatever it wants in relation to attacking other countries, whether it's Palestine or whether it's Lebanon, or continuing its settlements, its illegal settlements. I do believe Obama will not be as extreme as Bush, but I believe that there is truth in the fact that the United States is heavily connected to Israel. That relationship will continue. Our disproportionate support, whether it's military or whether it's financial support of Israel, will continue. So I don't look for a radical change from the Obama administration, but I do believe there will be a change, and hopefully with international efforts it can help create a change in the dynamic of where Israel has almost unmitigated power.
Now, Didrik Mohammed, you spoke of change, but apparently the change is not going to even be in the tone, because clearly Obama in AIPAC pledged unconditional support continued towards Israel. Now, what kind of a manifestation that change that you're referring to will have?
I do believe that, and again, we have to see. I mean, this is all projections. We'll have to see what Barack Obama does when he's in office. And clearly he was campaigning, as oftentimes politicians feel is necessary in order to establish high office in this country, as a pro-Israel candidate. That's quite clear. But I do think that Barack Obama, and as the letter addressed, that there has been a problem for the last 8 years, and actually way before that, of the United States pushing around, using its power in a unilateral way, and not trying to become more part of the international community. And Barack Obama has voiced that he does believe that that the United States should sign on to more international agreements, should talk to foreign leaders, which the United States has disagreements. And so I do believe there is some change there.